LeBron against such a high potent offense like the Clippers. What about your defense do you think made the difference for you guys?
We had a couple slippage plays where we fouled on jump shooters, three-pointers to be exact. But other than that, I thought we paid attention to the game plan and to the details, which we've been lacking a lot late. As close to 48 minutes as possible tonight.
I believe a couple of those were on Norman Powell throughout the game, and you were under the rim on his last shot. What kind of went through your mind?
Overtime. It looked like it was good, for sure. It was right on line. It was just a tad bit short, hit the rim before it went through the net. I definitely thought it was overtime again.
What's your strategy opinion on being up 3 in that situation? Like, is it too tricky to foul when the ball's on the floor because guys are so good and can potentially still will it up and get like a 4-point play?
Well, they had to go full court because they didn't have any timeout. So if you have an opportunity, it's challenging because if we foul them and they go and make 2, we didn't have any timeouts either. So we have to enter the ball underneath their basket, which is tricky as well. So if we don't get the ball in, and that's, now if we had one timeout, then I would say, let's probably take a foul where we can advance the ball. They have no more timeouts, so it's going to take a lot of time. But that last play it's a little tricky because we were already having a little trouble getting the ball in to start, and we didn't have any timeouts. So I'm happy the shot didn't go in.
You guys were down 9 in the first quarter, and then there was also a run by the Clippers in the fourth when you guys went up 10. They had a 9-0 run.
Yeah.
Those are 2 kind of like high leverage situations where a game can go 1 of 2 directions, and both times you guys responded. What does that show you about your group and where you guys are at?
We got to continue to get better. Try to use this to try to catapult a little bit better play from us, but it still don't take away from the fact that how we've been playing like the last 11, 12 games. Tonight was a good start. Hopefully we can start from here and continue to build, but it was great to get D'Lo back. That helped. Vando gave us a huge spark off the bench. Seawood gave us a huge spark off the bench, and also Max too. So we got some big time minutes from the guys off the bench, and that definitely helped us.
How have you seen Darvin try to just manage things and get through the recent ups and downs?
By just standing and trying to keep us prepared when it's time to go out for battle.
Ron, from a morale standpoint, how necessary was this win tonight?
It doesn't fix everything, obviously, but it helps. We got to still learn from the wins more than we learn from the losses, because when you lose, you're able to like look at, okay, this is why we lost. Okay, we got to do this better. We got to do this. And then when you win, the first human instinct is to do it like, oh, we won. Okay, but no, we have to learn from the mistakes we had tonight, which we had, too many still. So we got to learn from this tomorrow.
LeBron, is there elements of this? You're talking about those different things, like one of the positives being just the overall defensive energy. Later in the game. What did you see? Is that one of those things, like, I know you guys haven't made excuses about travel and stuff like that, but, like, do you feel like this team's legs are maybe a little bit better than they were a week and a half, 2 weeks ago?
I don't know. I think guys are just, we definitely had some good energy tonight. From the start to the finish, even when we were down 9, even when we went up 10 and they made a run, we had enough juice to still will the game and win the game at the end, making free throws, making timely shots. I thought AD's his pick and short roll jumpers was on automatic tonight, so that definitely helps, having your legs for sure.
Last 2.
LeBron, when you're in a downswing, what's the most important thing to come back up? Most important ingredient?
Stay even kill. Don't never get too high, never get too low.
Last question.
Think of the new James Harden look Clippers. How'd they look to you so far with James in there?
Oh, they look great. You say it's the James Harden Clippers? No, it's the T. Lue Clippers. I know T. Lue very well. Don't take T. Lue long to make sure it get right. Took him 5 games, and they've been cooking since.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Bron. AD, Darvin was talking about the approach. I want everyone to have a shot about the approach coming into this one, how you can take this moving forward. I know you've talked a lot about the details. What do you like from your squad from the beginning?
Just came out with a sense of urgency. We played hard. We played like we needed to win, like it was a must win. Competed on both sides of the basketball. Just kind of build off of it. We know what we have in this locker room. We know what it takes to win, and we displayed that tonight.
What can getting contributions from, whether it's D'Lo, Seawood tonight, like you did, do for them, understanding their importance for this squad?
Yeah, Cam played well. Seawood played well. D'Lo, first game back, played well. All those guys helped us win, make some big shots, timely plays, and that's what we need. TP, play well. Obviously, 2 big free throws, but it takes the others, to win championships and win basketball games. And these guys played phenomenal tonight. And when these guys are playing well, it just makes me and Bron's job a lot easier. Obviously, we have ultimate trust in these guys and throwing the basketball to make shots and take big shots. And like I said, when they're playing well, the floor just opens up for us, and we're able to operate and either make plays for ourselves or for them.
Obviously, there's still a lot more of the season left to go, but is this relieving to get this victory to end this losing streak in this fashion?
Yeah, it's tough to get wins in this league. Obviously, we was on a 4-game losing streak, so to get back in the win column is huge for us. Like I said, we just got to build off of it. Look at the film tomorrow and see what we did to win this basketball game and what we can do to get better going into our next game against Toronto. So learn from it, build on it, and continue to ride this wave of winning and try to make up some ground.
After the Grizzlies game, you told us the way we start to turn this thing around is everybody does a little bit more, a little bit different. Did you see that? Did you feel that in the style of play?
Yeah, we did that tonight. It's just about doing your job. You come in and defend. If you're supposed to be a shooter, shoot it. Rebound. Play make. And I think everybody did that tonight. Guys came in, locked in and did their job. Everyone did their job, and that resulted in the win for us.
In the fourth, there were quite a few times on PG. Comfortable, you all guarding in space like that against a player like that?
Yeah, obviously he's a phenomenal player. He has an array of moves. Can shoot the ball well, can drive, all the tricks and everything like that. So, my job is to stay in front and make it tough for him. I'm very comfortable in guarding anybody, in this league. I've shown that I can guard multiple positions, 1 through 5. And, my team is very confident in me guarding those guys and making plays defensively for us. So, anytime that you can get a stop on a player like that, feels good.
Just piggybacking off of that, there was a lot of defensive intensity down the stretch. Just your thoughts on that as a whole and team?
Yeah, we gotta rely on our defense. We're going to be a defensive-minded team, and Vando, coming in and playing for us defensively. Cam, TP, those are 3 perimeter defenders. And then me and Bron, Seawood, AR, kind of after that, so it takes a whole team defensively to win basketball games. And, when you got 3 guys up there, Vando, Cam, and TP, who's, doing everything they can to guard some of the best perimeter players. It's our job to have their backs. And, when we go make plays on the ball, when they, do go bottom guys, they got to have our backs. So it takes a whole team effort to defend, especially a team like that who has multiple scores.
Last 2. Throughout this gig before tonight, you've been playing extremely dominant basketball. Was there a sense of frustration of what else can I do to help this team?
I think frustration is just losing. Hate losing. I really don't care about, my play, and, I only care about winning. And if, I play bad and we win, that's all that matters. Obviously, you think about things that you can do to help the team. And I think all of us kind of just looked ourselves in the mirror and see what we can do to help each other and individually. So it's not really about, what I can do, but mainly what we can do to be better as a unit.
Last question.
Wins have been tough to come by against this Clippers team in recent history. What's it feel like to get 2 this year, especially when they're fully loaded like this?
Yeah, they're a great team. We don't, I know you guys look at it as, Battle LA and all these things, but, for us, it was about us and trying to get back in the win column tonight. But, they've been beating us since I got here, and even though it feels good to get a win like that against this team, it just, for us overall, it just feels good to get back in the win column tonight.
Thanks, AD.
Christian, first of all, just what's the fact that you guys were able to get a win over a team that had been playing that well when you had been losing? What did you think the difference was tonight?
I think it was just the energy. It felt like a playoff atmosphere tonight. Guys just brought on the defensive end. We've had a few mislapses, but it was the energy, and all the guys off the bench brought it. Bron and AD, they brought it, so we just came together.
And then not just tonight, but several times you've been in with LeBron and AD.
Yeah.
You guys have been in the positive in terms of net rating.
Mm-hmm.
What's the key defensively with you guys making sure to also get out to the perimeter, and then what's working offensively with that group?
Well, defensively, we just we're all like size, so we've just been switching on ball screens. AD, he can move laterally, he can move his feet in certain positions and guards. LeBron, same way. And then usually guys pull it back, go ISO, and once the shot goes up, I could be in the help defense to help AD rebound the ball. And offensively, it's just knowing where to be in the right spots, corner, high quad for Bron and AD. If they double AD or Bron in the post, then they have that outlet guy. They have Vando cutting. I don't want to give you the whole playbook, but that's really what it is.
That's what it looks like.
Christian, being from LA, playing in one of these matchups, against the Clippers for the Lakers, how significant is it and to get the win after, the 4-game skid?
Real significant, especially beating the Clippers, both teams, definitely want to be the best team in LA. You kind of get that feel. Like I said earlier, it felt like a playoff atmosphere tonight. We just got to bring it every single game.
And what was the kind of atmosphere like in the locker room after the game? What was kind of the sentiment?
We didn't get too high, but we didn't get too low either. Guys know this can be a step in the right direction, especially playing against the Clippers, who have 4 Hall of Famers. They definitely been playing well. Any one of those guys could have a great night on any given night. So to beat them off of how they've been playing is a step in the right direction for us.
Christian, over the last 3 games, today you almost had a double-double. 2 out of the last 3 you almost had a double-double.
Mm-hmm.
I think one thing that's really sticking out to me is your confidence, too.
Yeah.
No matter how many minutes you get, the confidence stays there. How has it been for you throughout all these times and then managing to keep your confidence throughout this whole stretch and playing big minutes, almost getting a double-double in 16 minutes, actually? Let me excuse that.
You really harped on this. Really confidence for me. I'm a confidence player. Guys like LeBron, AD, D'Lo, AR, they're trusting me to score the ball. I think earlier on in the season, I was more so being used to defend and try and be a help side guy, and AD need helps on the rebound. And, now it's just like more so, all right, go out there, go try and score. If you have a shot, then go ahead. If not, then dribble handoff, go second side with the guards. We're going to try and get you a look, play out the high quad. I told him before, when they're doubling in the post, being that outlet guy to be ready to shoot threes, and I've been shooting with confidence.
Do you feel like you slept on in that regard? Because I hate bringing back Dallas, but same thing. Like when you play like small minutes, you still get numbers and still manage to impact the game too in different ways. Do you feel like you get slept on with that and being able to do what you do in small minutes?
I feel like I've been slept on my whole career. Just being ready. I've been that guy. I've been the 15th guy. I've been a starting and almost franchise guy. I've been in both positions, and I think the big thing for me is confidence and being ready when your name is called, no matter how many minutes you're playing. Just be ready to try and help your team win the game. And my thing this whole year is try and help my team win as much as possible, do everything positive, say everything positive in the right way to help these guys win games.
Hey, Christian, you talked a lot over the summer and when you signed here about how Darvin's influence and your communication with him and you wanting to come here. Just wondering your perspective over the last few days or so. Darvin's gotten a lot of heat. There's been speculation about job security. Just wondering from your perspective as somebody with a relationship with him, what you see and your kind of belief in him as the coach.
I don't think he pays any mind to it, especially social media, especially knowing that this is the #1 market arguably in the NBA, so it's going to come. All that trade talks, firing, all this is going to come with being a Laker and wearing that jersey and being the head coach of this team. So I don't think he pays any mind to it. He stays positive. Me and him still stay in communication every other day, so he's good.
Hey, Christian. It seems like you're one of those rare guys of your size who's able to both stretch the floor, put it on the floor a little bit, move the ball, intermediary playmaking. Tonight you played in lineups where you were both kind of the main center, big man with LeBron, and then other times with AD. How do you kind of approach those different lineups where you might be slotted into a different position as the game goes on?
Just try and be aggressive. Try and maintain that same confidence. Try and rebound, especially being at the 5 and guarding Zoo with him being, physical and strong. I think he had 18, 19 rebounds. So, it's incredible. Try and help AD on the glass. Try and box him out. I think I came up with 10 rebounds tonight. Doing the little things. When AD's in the floor, being a help side guy for him. He can't be the only one fighting down there for rebounds. So, just doing the little things to help him and Bron out.
Just real quick, you got the Mamba on. Is that special or something? You have the whole fit on. Just describe that. Did you know today was going to be that type of day? What made you wear it? And was it just a normal, putting on to support Mamba?
Yeah, just support, man. Big Kobe fan. LA guy, of course. Gonna always support, man. Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Hey, Taurean, what did you see developing before you got the ball on the go-ahead 3 in the final minute there? How did that play come together for you?
LeBron was posting up, I believe, and all game they go from the nail guy instead of the guy who is right in front of the guy who's posting up, and all game we just been rotating and swinging the ball and having that shot. So this time instead of the corner, it was in the middle of the floor. So I was just prepared for it and I let it go.
Clearly, the team had been struggling. Clippers have been playing well. How did it feel for you to be able to come through in that moment, knock it down, and help the team on the way to a win?
Yeah, we have been struggling, but I think it's been in certain moments throughout the game that kind of put us back and have us fighting in scenarios where we would rather be up or tied, and I think that's been the downfall for us. But being able to beat a team like that puts us in a good position mentally. And I think it's going to be great for us and the guys who came off the bench and played well to carry that on to the next game.
TP, obviously the game has so many swings, but for you personally to be able to hit that 3 and also hit 2 free throws after you had fouled a 3-point shooter, a quick shot at redemption, how did you kind of process that?
I'm grateful, really. I knew when I made that big mistake, I was trying to get as close to him as possible without fouling him, just kind of take away the airspace and kind of make him feel me while he was shooting, and I just totally misjudged it. So I immediately told myself I wanted to get that play back, and the opportunity came, and I just took advantage of it.
Taurean, are there lessons in the way you guys won this game, primarily defensively, and from an energy standpoint, that need to be taken out of this?
Yeah, I think good lessons, I guess you could say. Being able to see Austin Reeves guard certain guys and put his body on the line, and that's a good thing to see. I think that also helps our defense and our mentality as an entire team. And to have D'Lo back, that was good for us as well, another ball handler. And it was just time for us to carry over this good energy and try to rack up as many wins as we can.
You're a guy in your career who the minutes haven't always been consistent. When you look at Christian and what he's tried to do this year, and from going from being a high-volume scorer to sometime rotation player, sometime out of the rotation, to kind of stick with it, and what he's given you guys these last 3 games, pushing forward, how important do you think that offense is going to be for this team?
I think it's going to be very important. What's more important, I think, is the mindset we all have on the team, and knowing what we want to do, knowing what our goals are. And I think if we're all on the same page with that, a lot of the inconsistent minutes or the shots you get and the shots you don't get, all that stuff will kind of roll off for you easier, knowing that we have a certain goal in mind, and it doesn't pertain to any individual stat. So with the right mindset, I think everybody can be ready and stay ready and not allow things like that to get in their head mentally.
Taurean, do you feel like this season has been different at all for you in terms of your offensive usage, in terms of being either more of a stationary floor spacer as opposed to like a movement shooter? And if so, how have you adjusted to that?
Man, I feel more valued here probably than I have anywhere in my career. I think that's more so a testament to the organization and the people that work within. I've been blessed to meet a lot of people throughout my years in the league, so there's a lot of familiar faces around here, and they've seen my growth since meeting me, and have seen my growth now since seeing me again years later. And I think the trust is there, and so it's up to me just to continue to keep that trust at a high level and put in the work I know I can to stay consistent at doing my job.
T, first off, congrats on the win and, big free throws and big shot. But got to ask you about the LeBron dunk. You had one of the best views of that dunk.
Yeah.
Did he shock you doing that? Like going through contact through T-Man and then to raise up from where he did and then the dunk. Everybody's reaction when you look back at it was kind of shocked. What was your thought process on that?
Yeah, I mean, he was dribbling the ball for a very long time with T-Man riding his hip, and I don't know if you can hear it through the mic on the goal, but I told him to dunk. Well, I'm not going to use my exact words, but I told him to dunk it before he dunked it. So to see it actually happen is pretty crazy. So, but that's Bron, though. He's a leader. He does things like that, and it's our job to turn up our game and kind of follow his lead.
Did y'all say something to him in the huddle or say something to him? Did he say, like, have a reaction like, yo, I told y'all nothing? No reaction?
No, that's just LB being LB. Coach made a joke at the end of the game, said he still has some frequent flyer miles still. So I guess that's the only side joke we threw at him.
I bet.
Taurean, just a quick question, because you mentioned earlier that you feel more valued here than you have anywhere. Can you pinpoint what it is about this organization that has allowed you or made you feel that way? Is it the players, the coaching staff, the front office, or a combination of things?
I think it's just the trust. When you know somebody trusts you to do your job, I think you want to do it at the best of your ability. So I think that's what's kept me locked in, and a big reason why I've appreciated being here is just the trust level that everybody on the team has for me. And you got to appreciate those things in this league because sometimes it doesn't come. Most definitely.
Thanks, Taurean.
Thank y'all.
Hey, Darvin, in addition to the D-Lo kind of getting going in the second half, just Wood and Vanderbilt, the whole bench collectively, how did you feel like that impacted what the starters also put out there?
They were huge. We said before the game, during our pregame walkthrough, right before the game, just everyone, players, coaches, medical staff, everyone just lock in individually and just do your job. That's it. Once everyone pitches in and does their job, as long as they can, as best as they can, good things usually happen, and that's what you saw out there tonight, a well-balanced win. Each and every person that stepped on the floor contributed in a variety of different ways in terms of getting stops, big rebounds. Obviously, D-Lo made some huge shots. Taurean, Cam made a couple big threes for us down the stretch. Max, C. Wood, his defense and rebounding. Obviously, AD, Bron, everybody, Austin, everybody contributed and competed at a very high level. Vando, I'm proud of him. And not a cat's out the bag for this one in terms of how we need to approach each and every game and everybody do it as a committee.
Just bigger picture with how tough the most recent losing streak was and how well the Clippers had been playing. Do you take anything additional out of it of beating a team that had been playing at the level they were?
Man, they're a championship ball club, and as far as I'm seeing, playing very high-level basketball, multiple threats all over the place. And so, yeah, that's a huge, huge win, a great win to get off the slide. I'm just proud of our guys. They really competed and fought hard.
Darvin, there's a couple moments tonight, particularly Clippers go up 9 in the first quarter. The game could have turned there. Fourth quarter, you guys build a 10-point lead. They go on a 9-0 run. Another time, the game could have turned, but your team's able to find composure. What did you notice as a coach in those kind of
potentially high-stress moments, the way your team responded?
Well, guys not dropping their heads, dropping their shoulders. Everybody's still continuing to encourage one another, talk strategy, talk schemes, talk play selection. We stay resilient through and through. And so just that's what we mean when we say have a next play mentality. These teams now, man, you're going to be in a dogfight each and every night, especially against a team like the Clippers, definitely a championship caliber ball club who've been playing just as good, if not better, than anybody in the league. So they're gonna test your mettle, and you have to be patient, be resilient, and continue to attack and try to get stops.
Darvin, it feels like this year when it's come time for D'Lo to hit like one of those momentum threes that he hit a ton down the stretch for you guys last year, the ball hasn't fallen. He hits two really big ones. Taurean has been on the end of some pretty quick swings that just haven't fallen for him. He hits a huge shot. How big do you think the timely shot making, particularly from those two, was tonight and getting this one?
It's absolutely huge. I mean, whenever you can, you just know it's a game of runs, and with all the talent and basketball know-how they have between their players and coaches, they're going to make a run at some point. So to be able to, have a cushion, so to speak, create a cushion, whether it's 8, 9, 10 points, they're going to dig into the lead, but, they're working their way back to be down 2 or to tie it up, as opposed to building a lead, and now we're facing a deficit. And so, we encourage our guys to take those looks. We missed some. D'Lo had some great looks early that didn't go down for him, but that's who he is. That's why he is who he is. His confidence is unlimited, and you saw that. He continued to fire away. And same with Taurean. We just kept encouraging them to stop turning down shots. Same thing with Cam. You have to encourage these guys to shoot the ball. And for them to make those shots in those moments against that team I'm sure, is a huge, huge boost for their confidence. They're already, ultra-high confidence.
Hey, Darvin, what do you think will be key for the group to have that next play mentality that you're talking about consistently moving forward?
I mean, it's something we're going to show and film tomorrow, something we're going to talk about as a group in the theater. Just seeing it. And again, us stressing it, like when you get those, they have a new stat out called a limbo rate, and it's like it gauges like those 2 to 3 seconds after maybe a made shot, a missed shot, or dead ball, where basically how long it takes for you to move on to the next play. And, we were rated pretty low in the limbo rate, well, I should say high, which is not a good thing. And so just, again, constantly preaching, teaching, having the next play mentality, move on, good, bad, and indifferent. All sorts of things are going to happen in an NBA game. So you have to remain focused. You can't get down. You just got to compete harder, be strong, get stronger as the game gets longer. And so that's exactly what you saw tonight, and the dialogue between one another. Guys and, holding themselves accountable when they made mistakes. That also helps. And just the care factor, I think, was really at a high level today.
Darvin, what impressed you the most about Anthony's defense in the fourth quarter, especially when he was matched up against Paul George?
His ability to move his feet and not foul. They're going to throw a ton of fakes at you. PG, Kawhi, James, all of those guys, and Russ, all those guys, Norm, they're a tough cover. You got Zubac in there, just some of the greatest hands in the league. Big, physical, gets almost every rebound. Terrence, man, so it's a variety of guys, but AD can switch on each and every guy I name, and that's why, to me, he should be at the top of the list in terms of Defensive Player of the Year. Just his versatility to protect the rim, play in the in-between, show his hands, move his feet, guard out beyond the three-point line, not foul, and to force guys into difficult situations.
Hey, Darvin, I know the schedule doesn't stop for anybody, and you've got a game 2 nights from now. But getting a game like this, ending the losing streak, does it allow guys to kind of take a deep breath and just kind of relax and even with all the outside panic and everything, and I know you guys don't listen to that, but just kind of say, hey, we're going to be okay?
Oh, definitely. But we can't be comfortable. We can't be too comfortable. We still got a lot of work to do. This is a huge, huge win, again, against an elite ball club. But it shows us what we can do once we band together and everyone just really focuses in on the job they have to do individually and collectively, all of us, players, coaches, performance team, everybody. And so this is something that I hope will continue to spill on through the next several games all the way until the end of the season. This type of performance, you can live, win or lose, you can live with yourself with these type of performances and the way we competed end to end. The resilience, again, the teamwork, all of that, just everyone having the next play mentality. It was awesome. But yeah, it got real noisy, but they can take a little deep breath.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.